start a village, and officially I would like to start the function with a small welcome speech for all of you. A warm good morning to all of you, and it's my great pleasure to actually have our Honorable Minister for IT and Industries, Shri Kunhalikutty sir. Sir, I'd like to tell you a small story. 6 years back, I was in college. I was in College of Engineering, Trivandrum, and my father was engineering servant. My father was a government servant. He was in the electricity board. My mom was a clerk in Titanium. I come from a very middle class family, and in our family, the only thing my parents can give me is education. So, like any engineering student or any student that was born in Kerala, my father and mother also told me I have to become an engineer. And I also went to College of Engineering Trivandrum, where my entire family studied. My father was a graduate from I think around 69. My brother was in around 2002, and I also ended up in CET. But I'm almost in around 2006, when the whole internet revolution happened, and we had access to the internet for the first time. I read about the Silicon Valley. I had access to information and knowledge, and a wide information and knowledge than the education system could offer us. And our point, I had a small dream that I wanted to do a startup, just like the Facebooks and the Microsofts and the Dell and all these companies that started in the Silicon Valley were started by young college kids. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ആഗ്രഹത്തോടെ ഞാൻ ഈ ടെക്നോപാർക്കിൽ പോയി. അന്ന് your government was in power. Technopark, there was no incubation system at that point of time. This is here. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കയ്യിൽ പൈസ ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു. We didn't have money in our hand. We only had a belly full of fire and a bag full of dreams. Your government came forward and they offered us the space at a very low rent. The normal space in Technopark is around 14,000 rupees. The space was offered to me at 2,000 rupees. Now, 2,000 rupees enda veettil illa. So I didn't have 2,000 rupees. The government actually extended that rent for almost 9 months. 9 മാസം എൻ്റെ actually the government didn't buy rent. In 2006 we started a small journey. Today, after 6 years, I'm really proud to say, with the help of a lot of people sitting here, MoU is today one of India's top 10 emerging IT companies. We employ around 150 people. We generate around 25 crores in revenue. And the story, what I realized is the story was not about us. The story was, in the same Technopark ecosystem, the next year 4 more companies started. The year after that it became 10. 10 The year we became India's most innovative startup by NASSCOM, we won the India Leadership Award. Our വർഷം 20 companies, with the help of a lot of our friends in media who spread this news, in one single year, Technopark companies increased from 20 startups to 80 startups overnight. And this, I'm extremely proud to say, these are all usually started by college students. And today, we have a much bigger dream today. How an entire generation of youth can actually create employment, knowledge and wealth in our society. So on this auspicious occasion of signing an MoU with Oracle, I would welcome you, sir, for extending a full support to us. I would also like to introduce Ajay and Alan from Oracle. So, see, Kerala, the honest fact is, we don't have a great ecosystem out here. To actually start a product startup or things like that, for a big dream to achieve, to be honestly speaking, we don't have the full ecosystem. But the fact of the matter is, we can actually create this ecosystem. See, I travel almost a week out of, I'm out of the country. 2 weeks I'm continuously traveling to Bombay, Delhi, and 1 week I'm not taking another. Sir, I am a full believer we can tilt the scale of innovation to Kerala. Technopark has laid an amazing foundation that over the last 6 years, there's a lot of interest inside the student and the entrepreneur community to really start a company. And sir, the demographic dividend is in our favor. The reason is, he had no option but to take up a job. My dad had to work for somebody. But now a new generation of students are coming out who, when you even graduate out of college, your father and mother are still employed. So if we give them the right kind of support, they can start. And the good thing about IT is it is all about intellectual capital. Fund, if you wanted to start a business, you needed a lot of money. But with the advent of IT and with the whole incubation ecosystem that is coming up, a whole bunch of students can actually start and at least try. And I would actually like to thank Ajay and Ellen for bringing here, because there is a huge gap between industry and academia. I don't mind sharing this with all of you. So, engineering, the CT is one of the best colleges. When we were in second year, there was fluid mechanics lab. Pump in in my theory, I have around 80% marks for my university exams. After that exam, we went to Munnar. And as any bunch of young guys, the pump is not working. So we are going there, and 12 engineering students, 12 mechanical engineering students from CET, വെള്ളം വരുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു തമിഴ് പയ്യനാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വെള്ളം വരുന്നില്ല, നിങ്ങൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യുമെന്ന് വെച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ചാടി ഇറങ്ങി ഫ്ലൂയിഡ് മെക്കാനിക്സ് ലാബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഒരാൾ ചോദിക്കുവാണ്, എടാ ഇത് സെൻട്രിഫ്യൂഗലാണോ സെൻട്രിപെറ്റലാണോ? ഓക്കെ, ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഗൈ ഈസ് ആസ്കിങ് ഇത് എയർ പമ്പ് ആണോ? അടുത്ത ആൾ ചോദിക്കുവാണ് ഇത് പ്രൈം ചെയ്യണോ, പ്രൈം ചെയ്യണ്ടേ? The fact of the matter is we are all studying a lot of theory with very little practical application. For example, I am from mechanical engineering CET. My thermodynamics and all my marks are very high. But if you keep a petrol engine and a diesel engine side by side, I really don't know. Now, what I would like to actually say is, a lot of see, for example, I am a big believer that the education system should change with the times. So, class of 3 in fact, I would welcome all the principals out here, because see, we had a lot of support from the college. College, when I studied, right from my staff advisor to my HOD to my principal knew, class I'm not sitting in a movie theater. They all knew that I am sitting in Techno Park trying to create employment and wealth in our society. Now, the deal was, after 4 o'clock, I would go to the college. Basketball, I was the college union, college basketball captain. After playing, I will come around 7 o'clock. Every day, normally vision, and what I would request is that we have a great vision. In fact, in the state IT policy, we say so many things. We would act upon it. And I would request all the principals sitting at, Yangada college mission is like, Yang Padisarangit to go to എല്ലാ ദിവസവും വൈകിട്ട് ബാസ്കറ്റ്ബോൾ കളിച്ചിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങി വരുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഒരു ബോർഡ് അല്ലെ ലൈറ്റ് വീഴുമായിരുന്നു. It's said our mission is to facilitate quality engineering education to equip and enrich young men and women to meet global challenges in the innovation and application of technology for the service of humanity. It's been almost 8 years. I still remember the mission that was in my college, to bring world-class education to the next generation of youth, to help them build things which will be useful for the society. And this is what is driving us to run Startup Village, where you need to bring the whole society along with you. And I would welcome all of you to this landmark function. We have a great partnership going on with Oracle today. And I would invite Honorable Minister to come and deliver the keynote address today. Thank you.
Respected dignitaries of the dais and for assembled here. Actually, Sijo ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ഞാൻ വളരെ സന്തോഷമാണ്. I'm also very happy when I heard from ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ വളരെ സന്തോഷവാനാണ്. ഇവിടെ നമ്മളെ ചേർന്ന് ഇവിടെ സ്വാഗത പ്രസംഗത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ഇന്ന് അസംബിൾ ചെയ്ത ചെറുപ്പക്കാരും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഡയസിലുള്ള ഒറാക്കിൾ ലീഡേഴ്സും അത് നമ്മളൊക്കെ സമൂഹത്തിലൊരു വലിയ റവല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ്. അതായത് യങ്ങർ ജനറേഷൻ കൂടുതൽ നാളത്തെ ലോകത്ത് വലിയ ക്രിയേറ്റീവായിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാനും നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യത്തിന് വെൽത്ത് ഉണ്ടാക്കാനും തൊഴിലുണ്ടാക്കാനും എൻ്റർപ്രനറിയൽ സൊസൈറ്റി ഉണ്ടാക്കാനും ഒക്കെ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വലിയ സംരംഭത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ മുഴുവൻ കോളേജുകളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയെയും യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സിനെയും വഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വലിയ സംരംഭത്തിൽ തുടക്കം കുറിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ് നമ്മളൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ സന്നിഹിതമായിരിക്കുന്നത്. As was mentioned here, this is a very important step that we take. In the welcome speech, he mentioned the most important innovations that the world has found has come from younger generation, people of, he said people of 24 years, 25 years, like that. If that was possible for the world, for other nations, other people around the globe, definitely it should be possible for us also. So when I came and I was sitting here, he said, me, that is the government, representing government, I should make certain promise that I should announce certain things. I told him that my IT secretary is not here, I have not discussed date or anything with anybody else. But slowly I studied, learned from him that it is about creating a possible good ecosystem to encourage the entrepreneurs. Then I told, are you confident? And my people sitting here, our people sitting here, you all confident that I can announce, I can pronounce such dates of policy and action. I said, we are confident, younger generation, we are confident that you can make it. Then I said, I will announce it. The date and time. Take about the
pictures do you need?
infrastructure startups and certain other matters that the government has to take initiative. In fact, that he himself has given me the date and that paragraph to announce. With the contrast that I derive from him, I would announce that and I would work for that. See, I also know that it is possible because I was minister when that infrastructure, what is called incubator, Technopark incubator was created long back. And I am happy to hear that that has really produced real results over a period of time. And it should be a news to many of our people leaders here that out of the top 10, some 4 are from these top companies that show now some sign of development. 4 are from this place. So for us also it is possible to create an entrepreneurial society. It is for us to create a what you call good initiatives to become that all that good companies which give employment to instead of our people seeking employment elsewhere. So slowly it is happening. I am also very confident about that. പക്ഷെ നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടുത്തെ എൽഡർ ജനറേഷൻ ഇപ്പോഴും ഇക്കാര്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടില്ല. ഈ മനസ്സിലാക്കണമെന്നില്ല, അതങ്ങനെ അങ്ങ് അവസാനിച്ചോട്ടെ. പക്ഷേ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന ചെറുപ്പക്കാർ അത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. നിങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു ലോകം ഉണ്ടാക്കുക. യു ക്രിയേറ്റ് എ വേൾഡ് ഓഫ് യുവേഴ്സ്. എമർജിംഗ് കേരളയുടെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് വെച്ച് പല കാര്യങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങൾ ചർച്ച ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ ഈ യുവ എന്റർപ്രണേഴ്സ് വന്ന് ഇൻഫ്രാസ്ട്രക്ചറും സ്ഥലവും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി വളരെ ഉത്സാഹപൂർവ്വം അതിനെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുകയും ഇവരെ വിളിച്ച് സംസാരിക്കുകയും അപ്പം തന്നെ അവർക്ക് സ്റ്റാർട്ടപ്പ് ബിൽഡിങ്ങിന് വേണ്ടി സ്ഥലവും മറ്റൊക്കെ കൊടുക്കുകയും മാർക്ക് കൺസിഡർ സംതിങ് ലൈക്ക് ഓൾ ദോസ് ഒക്കെ അവിടെ തന്നെ അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യുകയും പ്രസംഗത്തിൽ പറയുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തു. So be sure that we are all with you, we will encourage you, we will go to any extent to support you, and without any hurdles you can go forward. Government will be behind you step for step, we will be with you. So you can give me that data and so that I left behind all my general speech, and I derived some inspiration from his speech. I thought I will react to his welcome speech alone, so that you can go forward. Government has already announced the student entrepreneurship policy at emerging Kerala, and as promised, the policy came into effect within 30 days of announcement. We have done that. 2 weeks before the cabinet has finally approved that policy. Our aim is to energize the youth to be job creators than job seekers. I told you about that. Our vision is to build a world-class tech startup ecosystem in Kerala, and we will aim to be amongst the top 5 places to start up in the world. With this ambition in mind, I now make a promise to our students that within 15 days, by November 17, the government will announce a landmark policy for creating a world-class technology startup ecosystem in Kerala. We strongly announce to the world that we are determined to tap into the power of youth to title the scale of an innovation in India to create, as we have in abundance, what is needed most for our IT industry. That's human capital. Kerala will build on this foundation the objective announcement in the IT policy 2012 of being India's first digital state. Our citizens will get every service electronically in a transparent and convenient manner, and our youth will derive the change, and with 100% mobile penetration, no state is as well positioned as Kerala to lead this field. So we will work for this task, and I will try to keep up the announced date. I will discuss the matter with my department, and all what you call support will be given to achieve the objective. I am very happy to be here on the occasion of signing the MoU with Oracle. This also is a major thing to happen. Definitely this will revolutionize the education institute campuses here. And Oracle, a company like Oracle will take up the matter to the world and the potential of Kerala youth, and I hope good wonder will happen in this state with all my regards. Thank you all. Thank you.
Suppose there's no power, does it? Okay, give it to me.
Thank you very much, sir, especially for giving us a good deadline for 15 days. So I'm sure in the next 15 days we'll look forward to some landmark policy statements from the government. I would like to invite Alan on board to deliver a small note on how he believes the association with Oracle is extremely useful for Kerala and for the youth in our state.
Honorable Minister of Industries and IT, Government of Kerala, Shri Kunhalikutty, dignitaries on the podium, my colleagues from Oracle, and all other distinguished audience. I am deeply honored for having been asked to deliver the keynote speech in the presence of such an audience and an august group of dignitaries. It is my privilege to be here to celebrate Oracle's agreement with Startup Village being jointly promoted by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, Government of Kerala, and with angel investors. I would like to compliment Startup Village, which is India's first public-private model, which aims to create an ecosystem and provide the platform for startups to create breakthrough technologies for the global telecommunication industry. which in my opinion is the need of the growing economy of India and of emerging markets. From immemorial times, education has been playing a key role in the economic and social development of Kerala, and is underscored by the state's ranking as among the most literate in the country. Higher education connects more effectively with wider social, economic and enterprise needs through staff, the quality of its graduates, the relevance of its programs, the quality of its research, and its ability to translate that into high-value jobs and real benefits of society. Oracle has been in India for almost 20 years. Today, it is one of the largest MNC IT employers in the country with nearly 30,000 employees spread across multiple states in India, including Kerala. Globally, it works with more than 390,000 customers, including 100 of the 100 Fortune 500 companies, and has deployment across a wide variety of industries in more than 145 countries around the world. Oracle today is the largest enterprise software organization in the world. Oracle, through Oracle Education initiatives, have supported Class 12 and higher education institutions with generous in-kind technology, grant of technology, curriculum, and teacher training resources for more than 2 decades. Oracle Academy reaches more than 1.5 million students across 85 countries, many of whom are very active in India too. We are proud that many major corporations in India depend on our infrastructure and our applications to run their most critical applications. We take this responsibility very seriously. Customers like the idea that we, Oracle as a company, can give them the complete solution, from applications to disk, from servers and storages, to databases and middleware, to applications. Each layer of the stack, as we know, comprises best of breed products, and every product and layer is designed, optimized and engineered to work together. Oracle India is pleased to partner with Startup Village and join hands to support efforts being made to bridge the gap between industry requirements and the needs of the academic institutions. We are pleased to learn that the state government has taken steps to recognize the time students will spend at the startup as part of the overall attendance. My colleagues here will be spending time with you to discuss more details and next steps decided to take this forward. We are happy to start this relationship with Kerala, the state which can boast of the first and the largest technology park in India. We hope that this initiative will help the students with some of the critical skills required to be successful in the future workplaces. Some of these students will become future technology entrepreneurs and set up their own companies, and many others will take up careers in the IT industry, where the work environment is almost becoming entrepreneurial. We are sure that this initiative will enable us to foster academic excellence by enabling academic institutes to build their core competence. On my personal behalf and on behalf of Oracle, I wish the team and organizations behind this initiative the very best. I am fully confident that together we can make the program a success, and Startup Village will be a model for other states to emulate and leverage. Thank you very much. Good day.
So Hibi has just joined us. Just to give you a brief on how Hibi has been involved with Startup Village. I think after we started off with our inauguration in April 15th and in May 15th by Chris, Hibi was the first leader from the political arena to actually visit Startup Village. And Hibi, we have an audience of a lot of principals sitting here from various colleges, and I would want you to actually share the experience you had when you saw Startup Village, what our Minister of State Sachin Pilot had to share, And see, we look up to you. You are our next generation leader. You are going to be here for the next 50 years. We are also going to be here for the next 50 years.
Only leader who understands. I always I told you that
So Hibi, without much ado, if you can share your experience on Startup Village, so they actually feel what you and what we think this will be in the next few years down the line.
Honorable Minister for IT, Shri Kunhalikutty Sahib, and distinguished guests, friends, on and off the dais, and people from the media fraternity. It's a great moment for the Startup Village, not only for the Startup Village, I think for Kerala as an whole. I was just talking to the Minister where I spoke about the Startup Village first time in the Assembly, where our Honorable Minister for IT was very positive. I don't think age has nothing to do with doing things. And he is one of those ministers who are always involved and seen things in a very positive side. Startup Village, as you all know, has been a great initiative by some of our youngsters. This is a great movement where Oracle is going to sign up as a part of the Emerging Kerala 2012. We all have great expectations about the projects which were being presented in the Emerging Kerala. Not only Emerging Kerala, some things which could have been done before that, fortunately or unfortunately, happened during the Emerging Kerala. And one of the most vibrant decisions I see in the Emerging Kerala is the decision taken by the political leadership and the government which is ruling Kerala today. The Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable the IT Minister took a very strong decision to develop young entrepreneurs. That was to give attendance leverage and grace marks. 20% was the attendance for leverage and 4% was the grace marks, which will definitely bring new leadership, which will definitely bring more youngsters to bring new entrepreneurs when they join the concerned colleges. The people who are sitting on the dais, Sanjay and his friends, is a great example for Kerala. Not only for Kerala, for India. When Honorable Shri Sachin Pilot visited the campus, the Startup Village of Kinfra Park in Kalamassery, he had great expectations. He was very amazed to see what happened, what is happening. I think this is one of the first incubation centers in the country. So he gave all his support as a minister. I think you had a follow-up meeting regarding that, and a lot of things are going to happen in the near future. When I went to the Startup Village first, what I could see is there was a lot of energy. I think when you are in colleges, when you are starting your career, there is a lot of energy in you. And at that point of time, the youngsters don't actually think with their minds. They actually think from their heart. Once they are more professional, once they are more qualified, I think they will be more oriented into different matters, into, I mean, a lot of other politics. So I think once they are doing their careers, they would be much more interested, and as I said, they would be thinking from their heart, not from their mind. So there is a space which is created in Kinfra Park, in the Startup Village, is a model for the whole country. I think there are a lot of potential in the youngsters who are studying in engineering colleges in our state, but unfortunately we are not able to tap the right resources at the right time. And I think this is an initiative. I think when the government, the IT department started an initiative in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, there were a lot of recommendations coming to our office and our house to recommend those students, those groups to get spaces in those institutions run by the government. So I think a small encouragement from the part of the government, companies like Oracle and the IBM who are signing with the startup villages would definitely create a new leadership